about this Marvel stuff going on?
Yeah, we got
Still happening.
we got WandaVision trailer, which it's
What are your
my
thoughts?
my whole idea on this is Vision died, right? In in Infinity War, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, where does this how does this live? How does this happen? Where is this going on? Like, is Scarlet Witch entranced in something where she's just stuck in her own mind picturing all of this happening, or is Vision in like this purgatory alternate reality? Because let's be real, he's not human. He was created by ones and zeros. He's created by Tony and what is the Hulk's
Bruce Banner?
name? Bruce Banner, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a robot, so could he be living in like a digital space that this is happening in his own mind? Like, I'm intrigued to where this is going to play out to, because
Sure.
in the trailer you have him in this like I Love Lucy type television series, and I love how the mom from that '70s show is the mom in that, because it's so perfect. And then you have him in like real life, waking up this woman saying, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Am I dead?" He's like, "No." She's like, "Well, you're dead, so like I'm probably dead." So that's where my brain started going, okay, what's happening here? Where is this going to connect in the MCU?
Yeah, it's something. I mean, they told us it was going to be something different, like different than anything we've ever seen before, and that trailer sure does show us something different. I don't know what to make of it, but you know what? It got us talking, so check that box.
Yeah.
You're saying there's all these different things happening. There's conversations. This Vision's telling this woman that now she's alive, but she says no, but you're dead, so that means I'm dead. It's like, well, so where are they? What's going on? Who are like so? I didn't really know what to make of it. I think that like the stubborn side of me, I still feel, honestly, I still feel, and I've told you this before, burn out with after Endgame, and with these certain characters. I just felt like I had spent I've spent 10 years with these characters and had such an epic conclusion that I feel as if I'm done with them. I mean, but however,
You'll still go see those movies, though. I guarantee it.
Well, it's a thing. I mean, I say that, but if the shows are really good, then that's a whole nother thing. I think I wanted something new from Marvel. I wanted them to show us some new characters and dive into that, and they had discussed that. I know they just cast She-Hulk, and I haven't really heard anything about Moon Knight, but I'm really intrigued by that character. And Blade, I don't even know what's going on with that. Like, I was super stoked when they announced Mahershala Ali. And
side note, Blade is in the Fortnite V-Bucks store right now, and I am 50 V-Bucks away from buying that jabroni because he looks so good in the Fortnite world.
That's awesome, man. I love Blade. And to be honest with you, have you ever seen the Wesley Snipes Blade films? Well,
I know Triple H was in one of them. The wrestler, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque.
I think he's in the third. Don't watch it. The third one has Ryan Reynolds in it, and Ryan Reynolds is, he's just great being Ryan Reynolds, and he's pretty much just like Slade Wilson, or not Slade Wilson, I'm sorry.
Wade Wilson.
Wade Wilson, thank you, Deadpool. He's pretty much just that character. But I'll tell you what, the first and second Blade actually hold up. The second I prefer over the first, and you could jump into the second without watching the first.
I think Triple H was in the second one, though.
Was he? I thought he was in the third, because the third Blade faces Dracula, so there's that. And I thought Triple H was like the henchman of this one woman in, it's called Blade Trinity, and she's been in like other things, and I'm not a fan of her. She gets on my nerves,
right.
but I thought
he's in
Blade Trinity.
Oh, and Dominic Purcell is Dracula in that.
Oh, from Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a really buff Dracula. But the sort of Dracula, I know I'm totally getting off topic here. I'm sorry. You know what?
Okay.
let's get back on track because I could probably talk about Blade forever. But yeah, WandaVision, it looks interesting. I really don't know what else to say about it though.
I just like how their TV series are looking like the movies. They're still putting all that effort to make it look like it's a film, which I like a lot. You know, they're willing to put a lot of effort into these series because they're going to make it a part of the MCU. So why not make it look like a part of the MCU? The budgets, especially to keep like Vision looking the way he does, is probably high, very high.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Vision as a character. You know, I like Scarlet Witch too, so I'm definitely gonna watch it. It's gonna be, I think, a good dynamic. I just want to know where it's leading to. Sure. And it'll be nice because I think with COVID, I think this is a good thing that for the TV series, it's a good thing because we don't have any movies looking forward to, so these TV series will help fill that void instead of having the movies and the TV series coming out together, so it's not oversaturating the MCU market. So I think this coming out before, you know, the movies come out is a good segue into the next phase for MCU.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, I know I'm probably going to contradict. I know I'm going to contradict what I said before, but you know, I mean, this content we should be grateful that we're getting as much as we're getting. I mean, it's a lot, and I know what I said before was, you know, so in order for me to stay on track with the MCU films, I have to watch these shows. And if I don't watch the shows, if I instead just try to watch the movies, then am I going to go into it like, I don't know what's going on because I didn't watch WandaVision, so now I don't know what's happening in Doctor Strange 2, or, you know, and to me, I'm like, well, like, if that's the case, like, that kind of stinks. Like, what if I, like, don't feel like watching the shows because it doesn't look interesting to me, but I'm really intrigued to watch the movies. Like, and I would love to just go into the movie and like still be okay and not feel like, oh, I don't know who this character is or why this has happened. And it's like, well, you should have watched Fury, which they just announced, because then you would know why this. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of, you know, it like I don't know how I feel about it.
I feel like what they're doing, which I kind of agree with you because I don't mind it. I like watching all these TV series. It's just a matter of when is it too much and too many series. And I feel like with them announcing all these different series, it's being too much at this point. I think you start out with like 2 or 3 series announced, and granted, they're probably going to space them out, so it's not all in your face at once. But like announce 2 or 3 series, let them play, and then start adding new things, because obviously you're going to have more seasons. Unless these are one-offs, you know? And if they're one-offs, great. You know, that makes it even better, because now you don't have to keep up with 2 or 3 seasons every year or two for them, all these different series they have coming out. But if it's TV series with multiple seasons, it's just adding to everyone's television list. And I think once that happens, you're making it more of a burden than a good watching experience. Because if you're telling people you need to watch, you know, we have 4 seasons of, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, make sure you watch them every year because you need to know what's happening in order to be in tune with the movies. That seems more of a burden. But if you have one-offs for these TV shows, I think that changes everything. Because watching a season, which is 8 episodes of, you know, Winter Soldier and Falcon, it's easy. I'll do that. And that doesn't, it doesn't become a burden at that point. But if you have, you know, She-Hulk, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, What If, you know, WandaVision, Fury, Moon Knight, and they all have multiple seasons and they're coming out every year, you know, that's a lot. It's a lot to watch.
That is a lot. I don't know if they've clarified that. I think like, to me, I mean, WandaVision looks interesting, and if it's just like, hey, this is just a one-off series, and this is just sort of what are Wanda and Vision doing after Endgame? And the same thing with Falcon Winter Soldier. I'm thinking, okay, if you have a one-off series and it's like, you know, Endgame's done, but these two are going off like in Europe, you know what I mean? And they're like, it's like an espionage kind of, like maybe a James Bondish sort of like thriller, but it's just a one-off. Like, hey, we're checking in on Falcon and Winter Soldier, and this is what they're up to right now. That's cool, but you're right. I mean, if you're gonna make this a thing, and I gotta sit down and watch everything, or if I when if we ever sit in the movie theater again and I go to see Thor: Love and Thunder, am I going to know what happened because I didn't watch all these other series? I mean, I don't know. That's where you kind of lose me. I mean, but that's just me. I mean, there's a lot of people that probably are absolutely loving every part of this, and that's cool. That's fine. Just for me, I don't know. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see.
And then we got news that, well, not news, rumor that they want John Krasinski to be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the alternate universe Captain America in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. Now, that's interesting because he obviously, auditioned for it. And I've come to love John Krasinski. I'm watching through The Office right now for the first time, and he makes that show, man. And I want to watch the Tom Clancy series he's on Amazon because, I've heard great things about it. And it just shows the scape of his acting because he can be hysterical and funny in an office setting, but then he can be a badass soldier when he needs to be in the Amazon series. So, like, he can definitely fit that mold. And I'd be interested to see how his Captain America would have turned out if he was casted, Obviously, Chris Evans, bar none, he was the perfect Captain America. But it would be cool to see how it would have been if John Krasinski was casted. I think that's a cool little, nod to him to see how he would have done as Captain America.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's really cool. I just found this out today when you told me. I find it very interesting. I love John Krasinski. Love him as an actor. His comedic and dramatic stuff. I mean, the guy he can do no wrong in my book. Little bummed, and the only reason I'm a little bummed is because I was really keep my fingers crossed that he was going to be our Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, they were saying that he would make the perfect Mr. Fantastic, and
he would, and then kiss Emily Blunt as his wife, Invisible Woman. What's her name? I'm blanking on her name. It's Reed Richards, which is fantastic, and Sue Storm. It's Sue Storm, yeah, and then Johnny Storm is her brother, who's the Human Torch. I was really hoping for that, man, and to hear this. I mean, this is really cool, but to me, it seems like okay, so you're gonna have him as this alternate Captain America, but then is he just like in for that, and then is he gone?
But you don't have to do that because if it's from a different reality, he could still be in the main MCU as, Mr. Fantastic. You don't necessarily have to like write him off right there because again, this is like a different multiverse.
Interesting. Okay.
It's gonna be like
intrigued.
2021 and 2022 is gonna be like the year of the multiverses, the 2 years of the multiverses with DC and with Marvel just going full force with the multiverse. Like, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited in both aspects to see how they handle this. We're gonna see it with Doctor Strange and in the Flashpoint movie, so it's gonna be very interesting.
I wish we could jump into a multiverse right now and get out of this.
What would Earth
bullshit that's going on?
What would Earth 2 Kev be doing right now? What would his job be? Would he be a nice dude? Would he be playing the bass, or would he be doing something else?
Oh man, Earth 2 Kev. That's a really good question. What would Earth 2 Kev be doing right now? Earth 2 Kev would probably. I don't know. I mean, I would love to say Earth 2 Kev would be like in a famous metal band, like touring. But at the same time, Earth 2 Kev might just be a smelly homeless man down an alley somewhere, asking people for change or like, I want to say that he would be really famous, but he might just be like a smelly piece of shit somewhere. I don't know. But,
well, I'm asking you what you would think he is, not what you.
Yeah.
Not the bad stuff.
Yeah, I think Earth 2 Kev. Yeah, he'd be rocking out, man.
Would he be friends? Would he be friends with Earth 2 Ty?
Yeah, depending on what would Earth 2 Ty be doing.
Well, he'd have no student debt. Like he'd be frolicking around with no debt. He'd be streaming full time, like ninja. He'd be the ninja of Earth 2, making $30 million contract deals with Microsoft to stream exclusively to Mixer and then get paid out because they close out Mixer. So that's what Earth 2 Ty would be.
Wait, what's Mixer? I thought Mixer was like a thing where a bunch of people like try to date one another.
No, Mixer was Microsoft's attempt to combat Twitch, the live stream platform.
I thought Mixer was like a speed dating service.
No. But Microsoft decided it was more of a burden than an asset, so they nixed it and paid out my boy Ninja with his $30 million contract. $30 million to play video games, like, on the internet.
Where did I go wrong?
That
Where
man,
did you go wrong?
That man has my life. I should have been doing tournaments and stuff back when I was younger, because I kicked ass when I was younger in every video game. I'm still good, but not as good as I used to be. The kids nowadays they're too quick. There's too many buttons, and I have to try and, work hard at being as good. But I still do well. I still win, so.
I would just get destroyed. I mean, I couldn't even. Before, like, once the game, like, once you turn the console on, I would already be dead because I have no idea. Like, there's no way that I bet you, like, a 5-year-old kid could beat the shit out of me in Fortnite or any of these Call of Duties or whatever. Look at me. I sound like an old man, like Call of Duties or whatever you call them. Jesus. It's awful. I don't know. Yeah, but I think I would. I've always wanted to be like in a successful band. I think that's what Earth 2 Kev would probably do. He'd be like so much cooler than this Earth's Kev.
And Heroes and Brews would be like the biggest multi-platform social channel on Earth 2.
Yeah. Man, how do we need to figure this multiverse thing out?
Yeah, right? We gotta travel. Well, first off, we'd make bank figuring out how to travel through the multiverse. And two,
I bet you. Oh,
what?
Sorry. I was gonna say Elon Musk. I bet she's already on it.
Yeah, he's doing those brain chips. He's working on that. So he has a company that they're doing like these brain chips. Like, pretty much, they put this thing in your brain where they put a chip in, and it can help cure like mental illnesses, tinnitus, hearing loss, anything like vision loss and stuff, because everything's through the brain. And then also like save your memories and stuff, which it starts getting real sketchy when you start going down the lines of what they want to do. Like Black Mirror shit. Do you ever watch Black Mirror?
I haven't. Now I'm afraid to.
Watch Black Mirror, and then you'll see what can happen if Elon Musk goes through with his brain chips.
I'll tell you what, I already watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix, and that scared the shit out of me. I wanted to throw my phone.
I didn't watch that yet.
In the furnace. Watch it. It is enlightening. We'll put it that way.
I'm well aware of what social media and everything else like does. So
yeah, dude, it's same. I'm right there with you. It's a brilliant documentary, very well done. It's a lot of the stuff I think that we have even talked about like off camera, and it's very eye opening. Though there's some things that I wasn't even realizing. And they interview, people that used to work for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, Pinterest, and just check that out. But,
so let's segue. Let's segue. Talking about the Facebook stuff. So I was scrolling through the internet today on the Facebooks, and I'm in this craft beer group, right? And I see this post. So Victory's making their take on a Christmas beer. And it's their Belgium style. It's their Monkey series. Their signature style. And I'm like, I see this. I'm pumped. The person who posted's pumped. Like, let's go. Can't wait to try it. I'm like, I can't wait to try it. The first comment left on that is, Victory's pretty awful. It sucks. And the only good beers like the Monkey, but everything else they try and branch off of it sucks too. But if you like it, good for you. Why the hell comment? Like, listen, people want to get their voices out. But the only time I comment on things is because I like them and I love them. Like, why do people go out of their way to shit on something someone's excited about? Like, I don't care if you talk shit on our comments. Hopefully you like us and, like, want to converse with us. But if you talk shit about, like, if you don't like us and you want to talk shit, go for it. But this is someone posting on Facebook who's excited about something, and the first post I see is trying to shut this person down, but then ends it with, but if you like it, whatever. Keep your fingers to yourself. Keep your mouth shut. Like, why?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And unfortunately, that is that's the world that we live in. And it now, social media has given a voice, per se, to people that love to share their opinion, whether people want to hear it or not, but you can't stop it. And that's the thing. And it's just, I mean, it is kind of crazy, when you think about it. And if someone is happy about something that like a beer coming out, and the fact that you need to take the time to take a shit on that person, and then once you do that, what do you sit back and like you just pat yourself on the back and walk around the the streets and stuff and go, and guess what I did today? Because I guarantee everybody's gonna go, I don't give a shit. What do you mean? Oh, you talk shit about somebody who likes something is like a beer? Why don't you? And that's the thing, man. It's crazy because majority of people, and I may have been a victim, or not a victim, but maybe a victim of doing this. And I can think of one scenario recently, but unfortunately, we don't think.
No.
Majority of the human race doesn't think. We react emotionally, and we just, in our minds, we're like, well, I don't like this and this. I feel I have to share I need to get that out. Yeah. I need to get that off my chest.
It's such a burden. Like, I just need to let everyone know that I don't like this because it's such a burden on me.
Yeah, exactly. When it's like, it's beer, dude. Like you're not talking about like diseases and all this, like your stance on like all this other kind of political bullshit. This person really enjoys a beer style. So just look at it and in your own mind go, I'm not a fan of that. And you're right. Just keep your hands away from the friggin' keyboard.
My favorite example, Kev, is With You. The fact that they posted, Tyler Hoechlin as Superman, and this guy wrote this thing about, what you wrote, you'd love to see him have his own show. And he commented back, he can't hold his own show, blah, blah, blah. And you said, nice things back about how he can. What do you know? What is coming out in 2021? The Superman and Lois CW TV series starring Tyler Hoechlin.
All I said was, I think Superman should get his own series. And then this jackweed, whatever his name was, decided that Superman couldn't have his own show. And I just said, well, why not? And then, he just said, because I said so. Well, now he's getting his own show. So I don't know what to tell you. But that's the thing, man. I get it. Like, and actually, I totally forgot about that. The scenario I was thinking of, there's this band I listen to, and they just released this new album, and some of their songs on the album are more on like the hard rock side, like catchier side, and not and more like traditional metal style than like metal core. And people listening to stuff, I hope they know what I'm talking about. So they released a single, and it was super catchy, like almost like you would hear it on
the radio.
Like I'm trying to think of what that station is, like Octane or something on Sirius.
Sirius, yeah.
So they released it, and of course, you get the people that are just like, and that's just the way it is. And like the band was like making fun of that, and like they started making hats like "Make Fit for a King Heavy Again" and all this kind of stuff, and they were having fun with it. So I got riled up, and I was like, all I said was, I didn't attack the person. I just said that this band Fit for a King is one of the best, in my opinion, best metal acts that we have today.
Yeah.
And I think what they're doing is great, and they're expanding their craft and songwriting, and just keep doing what you guys are doing, because like what you're doing for heavy music is awesome. And that's how I left it. I didn't get a like from the band though, but it's okay. I wasn't even hurt. But so I've done it too. Like I get it. Like you get really, these things you're passionate about.
Say the negative thing, you were backing them up, and that's the thing. Like, for me, I'm a big supporter of pushing people up, and if they have something, they're going out and doing it, regardless of how successful they are or how unsuccessful they are. If they're doing something, kudos to them because they want to make something out of what they're passionate about. So
Sure.
for me, I'm not going to shit on someone who, you know, makes a YouTube channel with like 5 followers and likes to talk about, you know, politics. Hey, if they love politics and that's what they're passionate about and they want to do that, good for you, you know?
Yeah.
I might not agree with your opinions, but, you know, you're
Sure.
still out there going and doing what you want to do. And that's a lot more than a lot of other people can say. So, like, that's where I get it from, you know?
Very, very well said, my friend. I think, you know, hey, we're not all going to agree with each other, and that's just the way of the world. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it always will be. But people who, you know, who are trying to, like you said, showcase their passion, whatever that may be, and whatever sort of medium that is, more power to you, because it's not an easy thing to do, and in a way, it's that person or persons being very vulnerable and really opening up. And unfortunately, you're always going to have the trolls out there that are just going to, like, they just find satisfaction in shitting and on whatever, you know, whatever you want to showcase. And
but the thing is, like, if it was a post like on Facebook that I saw that said it showed the victory beer and was like, this is probably going to suck, and he was like, yeah, victory's awful. Great, you're talking with the people that you have shared mind with. But then it's like, you know, it was someone who enjoyed it. So, like, why do you need to, like, put your opinion in on someone who enjoys it? That's just how, that's my mindset on things. Like, for me and how I treat social media, if I like something, you know, I'll write something. But if I don't like it, I just keep it to myself. Why am I going to piss people off or ruin someone's day just by saying, like, oh, you don't like this, so I do, so I'm going to write how you should like it. Or why this. But great, you have your opinion, that's cool.
Yeah. Because there's asshats out there that do this stuff and they go, guess what I did today? Nothing. You did absolutely nothing. You didn't contribute anything at all. It doesn't matter. Okay, if you don't like it, that's great. Well, then go do something you like.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And then go find a blog or whatever of other assholes. Join an asshole blog.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't say they're assholes if they don't like something. I'm just saying you're an asshole if you go out of your way to, like, tell people who like something why you don't like it. Like, they don't care why you don't like it because they like it. They want to hear other people probably speak with them about how they like it and they're excited. They don't care about what you're going to say about how you don't like it. And then that sparks the Facebook comment fight. And that's just, you know, when I was in high school and maybe even a little bit of college, I would do that because, you know, I'm a dumb kid just being stupid and trying to get a rise out of people. But as an adult, why am I trying to do that? I got 1,000 other things to do than try and start up a fight on Facebook. Well, and the thing is, it's all people on the craft beer thread that are like 21 and up because legal drinking age is 21, you know, and at least in the United States. But, like, you're old. You're too old to be starting, you know, issues on Facebook about a beer.
I know, and you're right, and I'm glad you clarified that. I didn't mean, you know, like, where I say you're an asshole is if someone's just trying to share something that they like, and if you don't like it, that's fine. I mean, that's okay. And if you don't like something, that doesn't necessarily mean you're an asshole. Everything's subjective, but to like kind of take a tiny jab at somebody because they're sharing something they enjoy
or excited for, you know,
come on, really, come on. Like, are you happy? I hope that person's so happy this evening or whatever reason they put it up, and they're just like sitting back. So glad I did that.
What I do get joy out of on Facebook is writing something funny, like there was this video of this guy. I forget what he did. He threw a disc, and like the way he fell was hysterical. And I'm like, I gotta write something like a funny line so I get a lot of likes on it because like this is my moment. Oh, I hit it. I got so many freaking likes. I'm like, yes. I never do that, but I was like so excited because like it was a funny video. People were saying funny things. I'm like, I have a funny comment, and I nailed it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I want to thank you again for sharing that video with me today. Ty shared a video with me of this crazy like young kid metal band in a Denny's.
Oh, yeah.
Just tearing the joint up.
Dude. Classic video.
Marcus, who we've actually had on the podcast before, and Marcus and I years ago were in a band together, and we were in a metal band together, and I sent it to him, and I said, "Yo, Ty, send me this." He found footage of us at Denny's, and Marcus lost it. The whole like, "What's up, Denny's?" And just like circle pits, and like, how do you even book a show at Denny's?
Right?
Is what I want to know.
I want to go to one. I'm excited. Like,
yeah, once this virus, man, once they get that vaccine,
getting right in a mosh pit,
booking like I'm going to see freaking Azalea Dying next month at an IHOP. I can't wait.
Throwing pancakes around, freaking flapjacks flying everywhere.
Freaking Marilyn Manson is at Applebee's. He's doing an Applebee's tour,
giving out free cookie skillets to everyone who shows up. I'd be there. I'm like, yo, shit, free cookie skillet? Where are we at? I'm going.
I don't care who it is. Oh my god, like just circle pitting. There's like pancakes flying, hash browns. Oh, man, I don't know how we got here, but
I don't either.
I'm glad we did. Well,
I think this is a good ending point for us, Kev. Thank you all for tuning in. We had a wild conversation today. We went from the boys to the Marvel to Facebook trolls. It was a good podcast today. Yeah.
Hashtag circle pitting
pitting Dennys. I love it.
Let's get that trending.
Hashtag trending worldwide. Kev, as always, it's a pleasure.
Always.
It's an honor. My man.
My man.
Cheers.
Cheers.